Welcome back to our final video. You can see two scarves here. That's right, I was making two scarves while making videos or creating this online class. You watch videos while I was making layout of this scarf. Then I was dying behind the camera and I was making layout of this scarf behind the video, and you were watching while I was dyeing this particular scarf. Why I decided to do this? First of all, there are two different colors. This scarf created with a blend of wool and viscose, and pretty heavy blend. If you notice, we have lots of viscose. It's around probably 50-50, 50 merino wool, 50 viscose, and you can see the difference in comparison to this, which had slightly, little bit, probably 10% of silk. I was not sure when I started to work with this wool either it was silk or wool. As you can see, it's dyed. Everything dyed completely in purple colors. And we know silk and wool dyed using acid dye, while viscose would never be dyed if I use acid dyes. Okay, so that's what you need to remember when you choose your materials. Nothing wrong with this scarf. And nothing wrong with this. They're completely different. Before I continue talking about dye process, because I want as well to mention how to dye a scarf in monocolors or colors, like on this scarf, there are actually two colors I use, magenta and blue. And if to look closer, color is not even. There are kind of play of colors here, and obviously I would like to tell you how to dye scarf in just monocolor. But before then, let's talk what happened to the scarves after we washed them. And last video was finished when we washed scarf. Sorry, I was going to wash scarf, and the way I said I'm going to wash 2 cycles, hot, cold, finishing with cold, and basically running water, and then I dipped in cold water where it was a little bit of vinegar. Sorry, I use lemon juice. You can use vinegar. There is no difference, it's just my personal preference. And the reason I washed in cold water, or finished washing in cold water with lemon juice or vinegar, first of all, to remove all excess of soap. Olive oil soap, very easy to remove. You don't even need vinegar. And second of all, to make sure if any colors decide to run away, it will be fixed by acid, by lemon juice, or vinegar while washing scarf. After that, I got clean towel and I basically roll my scarf with a clean towel approximately 20 times. After that, I left to dry on a radiator. Yes, you can leave your scarf to dry on radiator, and I think it was pretty warm radiator. Not for a long time, possibly left for 30 minutes. And after that, my damp scarf was ready to iron. I iron everything, all, not everything. I'm talking about felted items I create. I iron felt, and I always iron when it's damp, not dry. I iron on silk satin, and it doesn't matter. You can iron on wool viscose side or on silk side. Okay, when you press, really well press an iron net, it looks beautiful. Okay, and then your scarf's ready. And I actually was wearing this scarf last weekend for our wedding anniversary. I got lots of compliments. Let's talk about dye. You saw when we were dyeing this scarf, this particular scarf in black and magnet, and you can see what happened to the scarf. We have black here, it's quite black silk. Wool become more dark purple. It's not easy to dye wool in black, achieve black. I might need to experiment further and tell you a secret. And on this side of the scarf, you can see dark and purple. Again, I have confession to make about this scarf. In our video, I said, remember the video, I think number 7, when I said, that's it, we're putting our bundle in the pan for simmering. I did not do that. First, I thought, I'm going to try in steamer. Not my favorite method, and the reason is not my favorite method, because when I steam first, and I wish I took photograph, colors were not bright. And I was steaming for an hour. Colors were there, scarf did not bleed, but they were not bright. Then I decided I'm going to dye again behind the camera, add slightly more color, tiny bit of more color, because obviously color was exhausted, and even if I put in a pan for simmering, that would not bring bright colors back. Okay, so I add a little bit more colors in the method, which I shown you in video 7. This scarf, which I was dyeing behind the camera, I applied 2 different colors, blue and magenta. Okay, and the way I was doing kind of stains, all colors mixed together. We achieved kind of different tones of purple. It's very difficult for me to show you on camera. The photographs will be there as well to see, yeah, but the colors are rich, and I can see wool dyed perfectly. It's purple, it's absolute perfect, yeah. So this is the way we created our purple scarf. If you would like, sorry, I'm talking back to the camera, but manners. Let's make this mannequin presentable. It's not bad. If you want just a monocolor, you can seam in the pan with colors. So basically you add your colors to water, you put your scarf, please always start with cold water and seam slowly to the temperature, but not boiling temperature. Silk does not like contrast temperatures. Wool, you know, the same, does not like contrast temperatures. And boiling never good for silk. Okay, it can't destroy silk. Never had this in my experience. I managed to come to boiling point. Forgetting, don't do that. Control the pan, okay? Make sure water doesn't boil. It just kind of, when you look inside of your pan, it just kind of move in water, but not boiling like that. So that's even colors. Next, we talk about designs in our introduction video, and I've shown you lots of scarves. I have one scarf to show you. It's still need to dye. It's in white, but if you look what I created here, lace around the silk, yeah. So this scarf will be dyed, not decided what colors, but this is a project. So, and to be honest, it looks quite nice as a shawl. Obviously it's not finished and it's not felted properly. As we know, we need to finish full in after dye, so it's kind of looking like this. Or it's kind of, oops, I just hit myself. Oh, this can look beautiful just on your table as a table runner. Okay, so that's your choice, what you create. That's in terms of designs. And as I said, experiment, find your way. You have a technique. Finally, how to wear these scarves. The reason I like this design, because it's possible to have fun wearing scarves different ways. First of all, you have two sides, wool and silk. Probably better to show on this one where quite a lot of contrast between one side, and another. So this is the first, as simple as that. Then we can use these loops, make it functional. Okay, and you have another way to wear like that, or if you think it's too much white, you can wear like that. Okay, and by the way, if you look at different mixes, it can be mixed like 50% wool, 50% viscose or other fiber. Or it could be 80-20, could be 70-30. This is 50-50, quite heavy on viscose, but I'm specifically choosing this to show you what's going to happen. So this is one way, another way. Let's see if we can wrap this scarf all around a few more times, one more time. Because this is a 2-meter scarf. Possibly too tight. So if you want to wrap well, it's possible. Yeah, it's kind of neck warmer, isn't it? But if you want wrap few times, then in this case you need to make longer scarf. And you know how to make longer on a short table. So this is another way. Okay. And obviously we have this way with this side, so we have quite more black here, so we can do on this side black. You can put two ends together and make a loop. So many different ways. When you design your scarf, doing layout, you can decide, do you want so much silk here, or you want completely cover all silk with wool. It's a personal choice. It's like this, and so many other different ways to wear. You will find, I'm sure you will find your own. I love this scarf. I mentioned I wear them a lot. I make them for presents. They're fun to make. They're fast to make. I sell them. They're good sellers because they're just easy to wear and many different ways. Experiment. Use different silk. Use different type of wool. You can felt with different colors of wool. I did show you how to dye this scarf to give extra skill to you. However, you saw in my first video, I did show black scarf chiffon with orange and pink colors. That's your choice. You can create as many designs as you want, and I hope you enjoy this class, and happy felting. Thank you so much. Take care. See you soon.